A. Ravishankar, young, dynamic, and very vibrant drug controller of the state, rather Andhra Pradesh, and Dr. A. Ramakrishnan, Deputy Drugs Controller, CDSO, Delhi. You know, for the first time, first of all, in the morning, I had a little bit of a session to address, but unfortunately it got skirted because the Honorable Minister had to rush for a mega function in Warangal. So I have this opportunity, with your permission, to make sure I say a few words that I wanted to say at that point in time. You know, I'm very nostalgic about whatever's happening in Hyderabad, because Hyderabad is nuclear to the pharmacy of the world, which is India. I mean, the rapid strides, as you heard early in the morning and through the press conference also, which have been made in India in terms of accelerating exports from a level of $6 billion, ladies and gentlemen, go back 2006, you'll see the figure $6 billion at that particular rate of conversion of dollar, right, which was nothing. In the next 5 years, we grew by an astounding 18%, which was even faster in the world except China. But China is inverted. China is a market which is more for itself and more towards exports, as you know, that we import close to about $6 billion, and we don't even export even $100 million to China. So there are different reasons for that. This is not the forum to get into that. So I feel very nostalgic when I passed out of Harvard-promoted Indian Institute of Management way back in 1979. And I got into HERCST, which is known as Sanofi Aventis. Number 1 at that point in time when I joined it, and number 3 today in the world as Sanofi Aventis. You know, we used to import all the drugs in 79 or thereabouts. And then there was this huge turnaround thanks to the Prime Minister of that time that we did not sign off on the Uruguay round of talks. And therefore, we had a combination of patents which was, you know, process and product. And 1998 was the cutoff date. And that completely catapulted and transformed the Indian landscape of being net importers until the mid-80s to huge export, the largest volume exporter in the world. I mean, if we are number 3 in the world as of today, in volume terms, in exports of pharmaceuticals, and we are in the top 10. And at the rate at which we are growing, I'll not be surprised that we will come into top 5 in the value perspective as well. Now, that being the case, you know, it is a matter of being a very, very proud Indian, you know, when you see having been net importers, losing the precious foreign exchange at a point in time when it was more precious than anything else that you ever thought about, to getting into the country close to about $17 billion worth of foreign exchange into the country. And this is, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is at the ex-factory level. If you add on to your distribution, if you have one of your own and your partners over there, the value further multiplies by as much as 3x to 4x, which means this 17 becomes 25 and 25 becomes 50. And that's how we control the most lucrative market of the world, called United States. Now, that's one part of it, which is highly regulated, and that's where regulation kicks in. And it's a matter of great concern that after every 90 approvals, there is one warning letter or an import alert or anything of that nature, 483s as we call it, right? There's a big hullabaloo and the media goes gaga over it. The question is, we're not talking about the 90 approvals that we got. We're just talking about the incremental issues, you know, let's say challenges that we've had. And that is where the regulatory standards come in. And it's a great opportunity indeed, being at the pinnacle of exports, growing exponentially at about 17% or whatever's at, and going forwards with, you know, tremendous exports to 200 odd rest of the world countries. It is but natural, and I think my compliments to the Secretariat and to DG Uday Bhaskarji in particular, that he picked up the right perspective of regulatory challenges, because challenges are there. We are a highly regulated industry, and we have different kinds of regulatory landscape, may it be CGMP, may it be the pharmacopoeial standards, may it be the interpretation of various regulations which exist. And we have very eminent experts here who are going to be talking about what is the regulatory landscape in our own country, how does it gel or synchronize or synergize with that of the rest of 200 countries which are under blocks of Latin America, Southeast Asia, Africa. Africa, incidentally, ladies and gentlemen, is the second largest export destination for our country after US. And there's a huge focus even from the PMO. I addressed a conference of African nations in Delhi about 6 months ago, which was organized under the aegis of Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Health, as well as the PMO. And believe you me, the kind of interest, the kind of focus that India has on Africa today, particularly on a pharmaceutical perspective, it is to be felt, it is to be seen, to be believed for sure.